Hey everybody, this is Aaron here. I just thought I'd show you my new Sempron 3850 home theater PC that I built. I built it about 3 months ago, so I've had it for a little while. Here it is back here. I don't know how you can see it, but it's in like this cheapo case. I got a deal on it on Newegg. It was a pretty good deal. It was the processor, motherboard, and the case with the built-in power supply. I got that for $89 plus tax, and I had a hard drive and RAM laying around, so I got that, and then I bought this Logitech keyboard. It's pretty good. Well, anyway, so I guess we can. I don't do videos like this usually. Guess we could go and I could pull up CPU Z here. You'll notice I'm running Windows 8. This is actually the 32-bit Windows 8. I would install 64-bit, but I only had the 32-bit CD, and I was too lazy to get another one. So we have 32-bit on here, and you probably can't see it too well. Maybe. Well, anyway. Yeah, you can see the clock speed fluctuates. If you go into Task Manager here, and I'm trying not to make this too fast. Anyway, yeah, see it throttles up and down, like to save energy and stuff. Well, anyway, I'd say it's pretty good. I haven't ran into any like performance issues really. It's good at like 1080p stuff like that. I'm running Windows 8 because I don't know. Since I've had this for about 3 months, I've had time to mess with it and stuff. You can see specs here about the GPU and such. Yeah, so I originally put Windows 7 64-bit on it, and that worked pretty well. But I did run into some weird issue when I was doing Amazon Instant Video, where sometimes the screen would go black and then like the screen would just completely shut off, and I thought that was some kind of driver issue. And then so then I thought, okay, I'll try Ubuntu on it, and Ubuntu did not go well. There were some driver issues there, so like the video was pretty laggy and such. But I could show you on here if we just pull up YouTube. It works quite well. It handles YouTube streaming really well, full HD. It's decently fast. I mean, haven't really had any issues with it. I don't know, some random 1080p video. See, it's pretty fast. I'll switch to 1080p. I'll just do it automatically. Yeah, you'll see now it's in HD. It looks pretty good. Anyway, yeah. So enough with that. I mean, I've just been pretty impressed with this. Actually, if you go on Steam, I actually loaded some Steam games on here. Actually, I think I just put one on there. I just put Civilization 5, and that actually runs quite well, surprisingly. It runs quite well, and it's I'll show it to you, show you what it looks like. I have everything like on medium. This may take a little while to load up here. But yeah, so back on topic, if you're using this, especially I think for a home theater PC, I think Windows 8 really is a good choice. I know people don't like Windows 8, and not everyone likes it because of the interface, but what I found with Windows 8 on a big TV like this is oh god, I'm going to disable this. I don't know why I kept it on. Anyway, what I found with this is the interface is nice, and I think the text scaling and just the overall like DPI scaling is much better on Windows 8 than Windows 7. And like I said, the Metro apps, like even the start screen, I think is a lot better for something you'd want on a TV. That's just my opinion, but I don't know. I think the performance on Windows 8 is probably a little better as well. But you're gonna see here on I'll go ahead and mute the music. Yeah, so you're gonna see on here that it's somewhat playable. I mean, this game isn't like a racing game or FPS, so you don't need high FPS for it. But on the settings that I put at, it doesn't even look like it lags much, and it's pretty impressive because I mean the CPU's $40, and it has onboard graphics on it, which I think is really cool. We'll see as soon as this loads. I mean, I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to be. It's already kind of long. But, yeah, so I'd say as much as you hate it, I'd say get this, try Windows 8 on it. And, I mean, for me, I'll have a link to the parts that are in it, at least. I'll just tell you the hard drive is like a standard, like Seagate, I think 7200.12, but that's like an old one I had. And I had like some Corsair XMS3 RAM, some extra like 4 gigabytes of RAM. Another thing is this setup only supports single channel RAM, so you can get dual channel just to have more RAM, but it doesn't help with the performance at all. I do have dual channel 4 gigabytes, but because of the 32-bit operating system, it's limited. And then because of the onboard graphics, that actually takes quite a bit of it actually takes about 700 megabytes of RAM. So right now there's only about 2.5 gigabytes usable, but if you know, like 32-bit usually when you're running at well, I guess we're gonna see. Play now. I meant to load a game, but it doesn't really matter. You'll just see like how it's playable, and I can show you the settings as well once we get into the game. But yeah, no, I think this is well worth it, and I got all the links to the parts in the description. Like the case came with like only a 200 watt power supply, which is nothing. And normally I would just like throw it out because they're usually crap. But I figured this thing's so low power. It's got 25 watt TDP. It's probably using less than that. It probably uses as much electricity as a light bulb like right now. So I figured. So you'll see it's pretty playable. I mean, put the music back on for you if you want to hear that. Turn the volume down. So I mean, it's playable, and like this isn't a super fast game or anything. I will say, you're saying, I'm sure you guys know about the Steam streaming as well. I haven't really had a reliable way of testing the Steam streaming on here to see how streaming wise it goes, but it runs these games like natively. But like if you want to, like I have my desktop PC, it's not super powerful, but it's powerful enough to run games. And I tried doing the Steam streaming, and it went out okay, but I think most of the issues I was having was on the end of my desktop computer and my wireless network. See, both of the computers this one's connected wirelessly and my other computer's connected wirelessly, so I ended up with a lot of input. I ended up with pretty noticeable input lag, and because of bandwidth issues on the network, I think I could only stream it like in 720p to make it smooth. And plus I was getting some encode issues on the Steam streaming, but I read it up. Encode issues have to do with the host PC and not the with the host PC and not the client. This one will be the client. The other one's the host. I have an older Athlon 2X3, like 3.5 gigahertz in there, so it's enough to run games, but apparently it's not enough to stream well enough. But I mean, so I haven't really had a way to test that, but I'm just telling you my experience. But I mean, you can see I could probably pull up the FPS. Well, I don't know. I only have Fraps installed on here, but I think there's actually, looks like some screen tearing, so it might actually be above 60 FPS right now. But if you go into the options here, sorry about the camera. I'm sitting down on the floor, so you see in there the options. I have low, medium, low. I actually was able to get the texture quality to high. I mean, this game, you know, it's not really, you don't really need really high FPS, and because of the CPU, it's probably not ideal to use on like a huge map. But the fact that it's playable is pretty cool. I guess. Well, so for the price, what I recommend, this is the Sempron 3850. I'd say yeah, I recommend it, but it's like there's a lot of other. I mean, I'd say I don't know about the going the step up to the Athlon. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the performance is a lot better, but at that price, you're probably better off getting an FM2 setup. But I think for the price and the TDP, like, this is definitely worth it. It's especially for the deal I got. If you can come across a deal like I got, I mean, I basically got a computer for $100. Okay, I had the hard drive laying around, so you could have got a hard drive for $50, or maybe and even cheaper on Craigslist, maybe $30 on Craigslist. And then RAM, well, RAM's more now. Maybe you could get a 4GB DIMM for like, I don't know, is it $40 now? Probably $40. They've gone up a lot, but still, that's a new computer for $200. Plus, if you buy Windows, that's $100, so it's $300. But you don't have to buy Windows. Who does? Anyway, so yeah, so I would recommend it. Sorry if the quality of this, but I'll post a link to all the stuff I got. I know I don't have any performance benchmarks, but I will mention. If you notice, I have Project 64 on here as well as MAME. And I haven't had any problems with the Project 64 or MAME. Like they've run fine in the games I've tried. I mean, N64 games aren't that demanding. I did try Dolphin. If you're interested in Dolphin, I wasn't expecting much because it's only clocked at 1.3 gigahertz. But I managed. It ended up running the Super Smash Bros. Melee at half speed, which it was like in slow motion, but it was surprising that it could even do that, especially being clocked at 1.3 gigahertz. Well, anyway, don't let the clock speed fool you. This thing is pretty fast. It's perfect for daily use. You could even get this product for like grandma or mom and just use it as like a main computer. It probably wouldn't make much of a difference. It's perfect for web browsing and streaming and such. Anyway, so yeah, I'd recommend it. Definitely look for a good price on it, because I don't know if I could recommend it at the regular price. But the price I got, $89 with the CPU, motherboard, and the case with the power supply is great. I know they had one for $99 at the time I bought it with the Cooler Master something, but that one didn't come with the power supply because it's a better quality case. But I haven't had any problems with this, so. Alright, well, this video has gone on long enough. I hope it wasn't too unbearable. Alright, like it if you like it. I mean, I don't really care if you subscribe. I don't make videos like this normally, but go check out my other videos if you want. Alright, peace out.